Hello students, welcome to Medicorus. Today we are going to check what is cryogene. The concept of the cryogene is there in our chapter, that is biotechnology and its application. So I guess everyone had studied this chapter, and if you had studied the first part of this chapter, then in that chapter we had discussed about the agricultural field in which how biotechnology can help us. So biotechnology simply it means we have to use some technology and through which we can make our DNA. Our DNA is also known as recombinant DNA. So recombinant DNA, how it can helpful for our agricultural field that could be easily understood by understanding what is cryogene. So let us begin the class with the agricultural field part of biotechnology and its application. If we check the agricultural field, we know we have to use many pesticides or insecticides. So why we need to use that? Obviously, if there is the word sides, then it stands for what? Which can kill. Sides means the type of chemical or the type of thing which can kill something is known as sides. Now, by seeing this word only, one can understand that pesticides is going to kill the pest, and whereas insecticides is going to kill the insects. Now, thing is that if we are going to use this pesticides or insecticides in the agricultural field, then we might kill the pest and the insects. But thing is that at the same time, we are going to kill many of the useful plants or weeds or many other microbes which is very useful for the soil or for the plants. See, every time if we are considering weeds, it doesn't mean it is bad. Weeds also stands for the term which is used for medicinal property. Like small plants which is used in medicines, that is also known as weeds. Now, thing is that means the use of pesticides and insecticides is not only harming the pest or insect, it might harm the useful plants, weeds or microbes which is useful for the soil or useful for the plants. Therefore, the alternative way of killing those pests or insects is using of biotechnology, and by using of biotechnology one can make the RDN. Now, it was observed in a cotton field that some of the cotton plant is yielding very low and some of the cotton plant yields was very high. And those low yielding cotton plants had many insects, or one can say it is the pest who is actually deteriorating the plant, at the same time the yielding. And a high yielding plant, then it was found that there are some small spores are present over that leaf of that plant. So those small pores which are present there, small pores are actually the pores of one bacteria, and the name of bacteria is Bacillus thuringiensis. After seeing these things, it was experimented by scientists that why if the Bacillus thuringiensis spores are there on the leaves of the cotton plant, then it will show the high yielding and there will be no pest in that plant. So then they found that this Bacillus thuringiensis used to release one enzyme, and that enzyme might kill the pest which is actually lowering the yielding of cotton plant. Further investigation reveals that the enzyme actually because of the protein which is present inside the bacteria. And the protein is actually the crystalline protein. As the protein is crystalline, therefore the abbreviate part of crystalline is the cry. So people used to consider the crystalline protein as the cry protein. Now every one of us know that if there is a protein, then there must be some kind of DNA which can make that protein. So the protein which is cry protein or crystalline protein is made from a DNA which has a gene which is known as cry gene. So as we know, the gene is going to make the protein, therefore this cry gene is very important for biotechnology, as the protein is going to make the enzyme which can behave like a pesticide, but it is natural. Therefore, the cry gene was further investigated and came to know that cry gene is of many types. Some cry genes are cry 1AC, some are cry 2AB, some are cry 1AB. As you can see here, I have written only 3 types of cry gene which is there in our NCERT textbook. And we should also understand that this first 2 cry genes, that is cry gene AC and cry 2AB, these 2 genes are actually helpful for the cotton tree as it can kill cotton bollworms. And the next cry 1AB is actually useful for the corn as it can kill corn borer. So according to NCERT textbook, we had 2 different types of pests which can be killed by this cry gene. So please remember this 2 names is very important, and in NEET also they are going to ask these questions oftenly. Now, if you have understood till this point, one can also have one question in your mind that cry gene, if it can kill the pest, then why not it can kill the bacteria from where it was extracted, that means the Bacillus thuringiensis, or why not it is going to kill the plant? As the cry gene, we are considering it is a very toxic gene, or it is going to release toxic protein, and that toxic protein is going to give some toxic enzymes which might kill one organism, that is pest. And investigation reveals the answer like in the pest, their guts are alkaline. So whenever we are going to use this cry gene in our DNA by using the plasmid of Bacillus thuringiensis, then that our DNA is going to present inside the cell of the pest, and that our DNA is going to make the protein. The protein which is very toxic, that protein is only activated if the alkaline pH they are going to get. In the alkaline pH, the protein become activate, and that activated protein now make some active enzyme which is very dangerous for the guts of the pest, which is irreversibly going to kill the pest. As a result, the growth of the pest will be stopped over the plant, and the plant can yield very fast. So this is how we can conclude that how this cry gene is going to help the agricultural persons or the farmers by, without using the pesticides, we can maintain the yielding of the plant. At the same time, we can maintain the production of other weeds and the microbes. Like this, we can serve the nature at the same time. We can get some good yielding plant. So this is what the cryogene is. I hope you understood that as the cryogene was obtained from Bacillus thuringiensis, therefore the Bacillus thuringiensis gene, wherever it is used in the crops, those crops are known as Bt crops. So the first Bt crop was cotton, where this cryogene was introduced. And later on, many plants like corn, rice, tomato, potato, and in soya bean, etc., the Bt or the Bacillus thuringiensis plasmid was introduced. Therefore, all these plants are considered under the Bt crops. So I hope you have understood this cryogene concept. If there is any doubt or query you have, you can write in the description below. Till then, thank you so much. Please subscribe to the channel and share with your friends so that more and more can get benefited from this channel. Thank you so much.